A continued dimension is an additional dimension that starts from an extension line of the previous or selected dimension. You can create a linear continued dimension that starts from the second extension line origin of the previous linear dimension or from another dimension that you select. This method of placing dimensions is often used in architectural drafting to create a string or chain of dimensions, such as those used to locate a series of walls in a building. To create a linear continued dimension, you use the Continue tool. On the Annotate ribbon, in the Dimensions panel, the Baseline and Continue tools share a split button. Select Continue, or expand the Baseline split button and choose Continue. Realize that whichever tool you used last floats to the top of this button. When you start the command, the program prompts you to specify the second extension line origin, and you can see the extension line from which the dimension will be continued. If the new dimension is being measured from the proper first extension line, you can simply specify the second extension line origin. But if that is not the first extension line you want to use, you can select a different one. To specify a different first extension line, choose the Select option or press Enter. The program then prompts you to select a continued dimension. Click to select the dimension you want to use. Be careful to select the end of the dimension you want to measure from. For example, if you click the left side of the 12-foot 4-inch dimension, the program will use that end of the dimension as the new continue point. Since that is not what you want, right-click, choose the Select option again, and click to select the right side of the dimension. Now the dimension is continuing from the right end of the dimension, and you can use Endpoint Object Snap to pick the second extension line origin. The command stays active so that you can place additional continued dimensions, each starting from the end of the previous dimension. When you are finished creating continued dimensions, press Escape to cancel the command. Note that when you added the new continued dimensions, they took on the same dimension style and were placed on the same layer as the dimension you selected to continue from. So even though the current dimension style is called Alternate, which uses tick marks rather than arrowheads, and the current layer is the Alternate Dimensions layer, the continued dimensions you added were created using the standard dimension style and were created on the dimension layer, the same style and layer as the dimension you selected as the continued dimension. By default, when you create a continued dimension, the new dimension inherits the same style and layer as the dimension that is being continued. This is controlled by the dim continue mode system variable. When set to 1, which is the default, the new dimension inherits the style and layer of the selected continued dimension. If you change this value to 0, however, the new dimension will use the current dimension style and will be created on the current layer.